In this video, I'm going to be sharing how to build wealth with triple wealth builders. Hi, I'm Camille Gaines here, and on my website, retirecertain.com, I write about and talk about investing for about 40 years now, which has been a while, and about creating multiple income streams from both traditional and alternative assets over the past 15 years or so after stumbling into early retirement along with my husband. In this video, I want to share with you one of the most important elements to building wealth that we sort of didn't realize going into it, but looking back, I said, wow, these have been real game changers for us. And those are what I have learned to affectionately call triple wealth builders. Now, let me sort of give you the preface for this. Traditional investing and retirement planning is done by saying, what is my objective for this money that I'm investing? It's usually either income or it's capital gains or growth. I hope it will increase in value, okay? Sometimes we get both as a result of investing, but usually with traditional investing, we have a core, what's called objective in financial lingo, and that is either income or capital gains, okay? So what a triple wealth builder is it's using the same capital for both, okay? Now, there's one more element to a triple wealth builder, and let me give you a few examples. Okay, so say that you have an asset that you want to invest for income, or let's just look at where you are. Where you are is you really need income, right? Either you have retired already and you don't have enough income, or your job ended and you don't have enough income, or you're working and you're barely getting by paying your bills and you're not saving any money, so you want more income. Whatever your situation, let's say you want more income. So you start looking at income-only investments. You look at things like dividend stocks, possibly, which don't pay very much. And you look at maybe rental properties, and for example. Okay, so in addition to generating income though, what if you said, what if I buy assets that generate income, but then they also will increase in value? Okay, that's the second layer of this triple wealth building. So we've got the income and now we've got the capital gain. What if we added on a third level to that? And that is risk protection, for example. That is something else that helps us accumulate more wealth with less risk. Now, let me give you a few examples of triple wealth builders. The one that became most obvious to me in putting together this content was our real estate rental properties. So initially we bought those for income generation, but what happens is when you own these assets over the years, well, they accumulate or they increase in value, right? So now there is a little trick there, and that's that you can't buy them at the top of market valuations. Near the end of a long upward cycle in real estate, it's a little tricky to buy them unless you find a piece of real estate that's undervalued, which can absolutely happen, especially in real estate, with anomalies, okay? But let's say that you buy that asset for income, but then you also get a really great deal on it, so you are able to sell that asset for more than you paid for it. Not only that, let's say you don't want to sell it and you want to keep that asset because you like the income that it's generating. Well, you'll be able to put that on your net worth statement for more than you paid for it as it increases in value. Now, there's a little bit, this almost makes it a quadruple wealth builder, but this one, there's a little extra bonus with the rental real estate, and that is that frequently it pays for itself, or I should say when structured properly, it will pay for itself. Now, that's what happened with us when we purchased cash flow real estate rentals. Not only did it provide the income, but it increased in value while paying for itself. And then we throw in that risk protection, and that makes it a triple wealth builder because we've used that same amount of capital to generate income, to increase wealth, and to lower our risk. Now, let me tell you how it lowered our risk. We have money invested in paper assets. A lot of you have heard me here talk about ETF investing that I do with an ETF portfolio that's well diversified and defensive. So in addition to paper assets, I really like having something that I can see and touch, like real estate. So those are really somewhat correlated, but not highly correlated assets. So that makes real estate a risk reduction or risk protection strategy. Not only that, real estate is an inflation hedge. Why? Because the property value goes up along with inflation. And in addition to that, when there are difficult financial times, people tend to rent instead of buying properties. So that adds yet another level of risk protection. So in this case, gosh, after telling you all this in this video, I think I would have called this a 5 times wealth builder. But we know we have at least a triple wealth builder. So here's what you can do. You can say, how can I create some triple wealth builders? Let me give you another example just to get your brain thinking about this. So, for example, dividend stocks. I love covered calls. My husband's not so crazy about them. He's an options expert and he teaches people about options. So he likes spreads and strategies that have risk reduction. But my theory is if you're going to have stock market risk anyway, why not sell a call option for a little extra income? Now, there are a lot of strategies and a lot of things I could say around this. I've got some other videos on this that you can watch. But where I'm going with this is how this can be a triple wealth builder. Okay, so let's say that you buy dividend stocks and you get them at good value. Now, maybe that's after a bear market, or maybe for some reason the company's selling at less than fair value. And let's say that you get it for good value, a low PE ratio, for example, or maybe a good yield, or we add the PE ratio and the yield or the growth in the earnings and the yield together, and we see that it's really selling at good value, okay? So then let's say that you get the asset itself, so you get the dividend income from that stock. And then let's say that you sell some out-of-the-money covered calls to increase the income that you're getting from that dividend. So we've got income and we've got income again, right? And then in addition to that, since you bought these stocks at fair value or less than fair value perhaps, they're undervalued, and you anticipate, very logically, with good reason, not haphazardly, but it makes sense that this asset will increase in value, and sure enough, it does increase in value, then you also have experienced a capital gain. So you've got a triple wealth builder on your hands because you've got the 2 streams of income as well as the capital gain on the stock when it increases in value. See if you can think of any assets that you could have that would be a triple wealth builder. Let me give you one more example. I've been looking lately at purchasing online businesses. So online businesses now, as of this recording, sell for a multiple of about 3, maybe 4 times earnings. I've even seen some selling for about 5 times annual earnings, okay? So we compare that to the stock market, and that's really, really cheap, right? But for now, relative to what online businesses have sold for in the past, that's pretty expensive. Nevertheless, it's a really good value when you look at the kind of income an online business would generate relative to the amount of capital you have to put into it. Okay, but wait, we've got the income that comes from these online businesses that I'm looking at. I'm looking at businesses that generate maybe $1,000, $2,000 a month income. And then we've got the fact that you can increase the value of that asset, resulting in a capital gain. And then let's add in one more benefit, I would call it, to make this a triple wealth builder. And that is that there are tax benefits to owning an online business. So with those 3 benefits of income, tax benefits, and an increase in value, we're talking about a triple wealth builder. So think of what triple wealth builders you can come up with, and think of how you could create those or purchase those or get those into your life so that you can create financial independence with them. And remember, retire certain.